The difference between success and failure is not always a giant leap, but often a small, almost invisible shift in thinking. The 1% mindset is about recognizing that extraordinary results don't come from doing everything at once, but from committing to consistent, incremental growth. Most people think they need to completely reinvent themselves overnight, but the truth is that greatness is built one small step at a time. If you can focus on becoming just 1% better each day over time, the compounding effect of that decision transforms your entire life. The problem is that most people quit because they underestimate the power of consistency. They want instant gratification, immediate results, and overnight success. When they don't see progress right away, they lose motivation and return to their old habits. But those who adopt the 1% mindset understand that success is a long game. They know that every choice, no matter how small, is a vote for the person they are becoming. Reading one page a day might not change your life today, but read a page every day for a year, and you'll have consumed an entire library of wisdom. Doing 10 push-ups might feel insignificant, but do it daily, and you'll build strength and discipline that compound over time. This mindset requires patience, persistence, and faith. It's not glamorous, and most people won't celebrate your efforts in the beginning. But the quiet commitment to improvement is what separates dreamers from doers. The truth is, the 1% mindset is not about perfection, it's about progress. You will stumble, you will face setbacks, you will fail at times, but every day you choose again. Every day you decide to keep moving forward, even if the step is small. That discipline to keep showing up is what creates unstoppable momentum. Think about it. If you improve 1% each day for a year, you don't just end up a little better. You become 37 times stronger than when you started. That's the power of compound growth, but the opposite is also true. If you get 1% worse each day, if you keep making excuses, putting things off, or settling for less, you'll find yourself in a place of regret, wondering how you got so far from your goals. The choice is yours. The 1% mindset isn't just about goals. It's about identity. It's about becoming the kind of person who shows up, who follows through, who refuses to quit when things get hard. It's about rewiring your mind to see every challenge as an opportunity to grow. It's about embracing the process, knowing that small actions over time lead to massive transformation. You don't need to have everything figured out. You don't need to take giant leaps. You just need to start where you are with what you have and do a little better than yesterday. When you live with the 1% mindset, you stop competing with others and start competing with yourself. That is where true greatness begins within. In the small daily choices that create a life of purpose, resilience, and unstoppable success. The most powerful changes in life rarely happen overnight. True transformation is often subtle, almost imperceptible at first, and it comes from taking small, consistent actions over time. The first keynote, small, consistent actions create massive long-term results, is all about recognizing the power of incremental improvement. Many people fail because they focus only on monumental changes or dramatic breakthroughs, believing that success must arrive in a sudden, noticeable form. The truth is that real achievement is rarely explosive. It's the accumulation of countless small steps taken with purpose and persistence. Each tiny action, each seemingly insignificant effort, compounds over days, weeks, and months to create results that feel almost miraculous when viewed in hindsight. Consistency is the secret weapon that most people overlook. It's not about doing something perfectly every time, but about showing up regularly, no matter the circumstances. Whether it's investing time in learning a skill, working on your health, or improving your mindset, daily commitment is what separates those who succeed from those who stagnate. A single action might not feel impactful in isolation, writing one paragraph, exercising for 10 minutes, making one sales call. But repeated consistently, these actions begin to shape your reality. Life rewards persistence far more than it rewards sporadic bursts of effort. The compounding effect of small steps is what allows ordinary people to achieve extraordinary outcomes. Another critical aspect is patience. The human mind craves instant results and visible progress, but the growth created by small, consistent actions is often invisible in the short term. This is where many people give up. They can't see the immediate fruits of their labor and conclude that their efforts are pointless. But the 1% mindset teaches that patience is not passive. It's an active form of faith in the process. Trusting that each small action contributes to long-term success allows you to persist through challenges and maintain focus when results seem distant. Understanding this principle fundamentally changes how you approach goals, habits, and challenges in life. Small, consistent actions also build momentum. Every positive choice reinforces your ability to make the next one, creating a chain reaction of progress. Momentum is the engine that drives long-term achievement. Once you develop it, actions become easier, motivation grows naturally, and you start to operate at a higher level than you ever thought possible. Conversely, neglecting small actions erodes momentum, leaving you stuck in patterns of inconsistency and missed opportunities. Finally, this approach instills discipline and resilience. Committing to small steps daily requires self-control, focus, and determination, qualities that translate to every area of life. Over time, these consistent actions transform not just what you do, but who you are. Your habits shape your identity, and your identity shapes your destiny. By embracing the power of small, consistent actions, you harness the compounding force that turns ordinary effort into extraordinary results, creating a life defined by achievement, growth, and fulfillment. Discipline is the cornerstone of success, and understanding its value is essential for anyone seeking to achieve meaningful goals. The second keynote, "A Success is Built on Discipline, Not Instant Gratification," highlights a principle that most people struggle to embrace in a world obsessed with speed and convenience. Instant gratification tempts us to seek quick rewards, whether it's scrolling through social media instead of working, eating unhealthy food instead of exercising, or quitting a project the moment it becomes difficult. While these short-term pleasures may feel satisfying, they come at the expense of long-term growth and achievement. Discipline, on the other hand, is the ability to delay these impulses, prioritize what truly matters, and consistently commit to actions that build lasting results. The challenge is that discipline is often misunderstood. Many people associate it with rigidity, punishment, or denial. In reality, discipline is freedom, the freedom to pursue your vision without being enslaved by momentary temptations. It allows you to make choices that align with your higher goals rather than succumbing to fleeting desires. When you develop discipline, you no longer rely solely on motivation, which is fleeting and unpredictable. Motivation might spark action, but it cannot sustain progress when obstacles arise. Discipline carries you through when enthusiasm wanes, when the task feels tedious, or when the world around you is distracting and chaotic. Building discipline begins with small, intentional habits. Success is rarely the result of grand gestures. It emerges from consistent, everyday actions. Waking up early, dedicating focused hours to work, practicing a skill, or maintaining physical health. These routines may seem minor, but they compound over time. Each act of discipline reinforces your ability to make better choices, strengthening your self-control and mental resilience. Over weeks, months, and years, these repeated decisions accumulate into tangible results, whether in wealth, health, relationships, or personal mastery. Another critical aspect is learning to embrace discomfort. Discipline requires pushing yourself to do what needs to be done, even when it is inconvenient or challenging. Growth does not occur in comfort zones. It emerges when you confront resistance, persist through difficulty, and refuse to give in to laziness or procrastination. Every time you choose the disciplined path, you expand your capacity to endure, adapt, and thrive in circumstances that would overwhelm others. Understanding the long-term payoff of discipline changes your perspective. Each sacrifice, each moment of delayed pleasure, becomes an investment in your future self. Skipping one night of entertainment to work on your goals may seem small, but compounded over months, it creates a level of progress that separates high achievers from the average. Discipline is the bridge between intention and accomplishment. It transforms potential into performance, dreams into reality, and ordinary individuals into people capable of extraordinary success. Finally, discipline shapes identity. When you consistently make disciplined choices, you begin to see yourself as someone who is capable, reliable, and committed. Your habits no longer just influence your results, they define who you are. By mastering discipline, you gain control over your actions, your mindset, and ultimately your life. It becomes clear that success is not about luck, talent, or shortcuts. It is about the consistent practice of self-control, focus, and commitment to the actions that create lasting impact. Every choice we make shapes the person we are becoming. And the third keynote, every choice is a vote for the person you are becoming, underscores the importance of conscious decision making. Many people go through life on autopilot, letting circumstances, emotions, or external pressures dictate their actions. They underestimate the cumulative power of their daily decisions, believing that only major events or grand gestures define their identity. The truth is that your character, habits, and ultimately your destiny are constructed from thousands of small choices made consistently over time. Each decision is a reflection of your values, priorities, and the future self you are cultivating. Understanding this principle begins with awareness. Every time you choose to take the easy path instead of the right path, to give in to procrastination instead of action, or to compromise your integrity, you are casting a vote for a version of yourself that is weaker, less disciplined, or less fulfilled. Conversely, each deliberate, thoughtful choice, no matter how small, supports a stronger, more capable, and more resilient self. The challenge lies in recognizing the power of these everyday moments, in realizing that even choices that seem insignificant are, in fact, shaping the trajectory of your life. Consistency amplifies the impact of these decisions. One good choice may not dramatically alter your life immediately, but repeated over days, weeks, and months, it compounds into habits and patterns that define who you are. This is why it is essential to align your daily actions with your long-term goals and values. Success and personal growth are not about occasional bursts of excellence. They are the result of disciplined, aligned choices that gradually construct the person capable of achieving them. Every choice becomes a building block, contributing to the structure of your identity and the life you ultimately create. Another critical element is intentionality. Living without conscious decision-making allows external influences, peer pressure, societal expectations, or fleeting emotions to dictate your behavior. By deliberately choosing your actions, you take ownership of your life and shape your personal narrative. Intentional choices demonstrate self-respect and accountability, and they prevent you from drifting aimlessly through life. They ensure that each day brings you closer to the version of yourself you aspire to become. Understanding that choices are votes also reframes failure and setbacks. When things do not go as planned, it is not merely circumstance to blame, but often a series of choices that led to the outcome. This perspective empowers you because it places responsibility and control squarely in your hands. You can always cast a new vote with the next choice, redirecting your path toward growth and success. The focus shifts from external blame to internal action, from wishing for luck to actively creating results through consistent, purposeful decisions. Ultimately, This mindset cultivates integrity, resilience, and personal mastery. By viewing every choice as a vote for the person you are becoming, you begin to act in ways that reinforce your values, support your goals, and strengthen your character. You recognize that your identity is not fixed. It is an evolving construct shaped by your actions, thoughts, and decisions. Through conscious, consistent choices, you gradually transform into the person capable of achieving the life you desire, and every moment becomes an opportunity to invest in your best self. Progress, not perfection, is the essence of growth. And the fourth keynote, progress, not perfection, is the foundation of growth, challenges the common misconception that success required flawlessness. Many people hesitate to start, try, or continue because they fear making mistakes or falling short of an ideal. This fear of imperfection paralyzes action and stifles potential. The truth is that perfection is an illusion. It is unattainable, fleeting, and often a source of unnecessary stress. Real growth comes from consistent effort, learning from failures, and making incremental improvements over time. Focusing on progress allows you to move forward despite setbacks, imperfections, and challenges. One of the most important aspects of embracing progress is understanding the value of small wins. Each step forward, no matter how minor, is a building block for long-term success. Writing a page a day, improving your skills incrementally, or dedicating a few extra minutes to a habit may seem insignificant in isolation, but repeated over time, these small actions accumulate into remarkable results. Progress is about the journey, the accumulation of consistent effort, and the realization that growth is a process rather than a destination. Perfectionism, in contrast, creates unnecessary obstacles. People who demand flawless outcomes often procrastinate, delay action, or abandon projects at the first sign of imperfection. They measure success by an unattainable standard rather than by the tangible progress they are making. This mindset not only slows growth, but also undermines confidence and motivation. By shifting focus from perfection to progress, you liberate yourself to take action, experiment, learn, and evolve. Each step forward, even if flawed, teaches you valuable lessons and moves you closer to your goals. Another essential element of this mindset is resilience. Growth is rarely linear. Setbacks, mistakes, and failures are inevitable. Those who seek perfection often view these moments as proof of inadequacy, while those who value progress see them as opportunities for learning and improvement. Every challenge becomes a chance to refine skills, adjust strategies, and gain experience. By prioritizing progress, you build the ability to persist through difficulties and maintain forward momentum, which is the true driver of achievement. Progress also fosters a healthier relationship with yourself. Perfectionism often breeds self-criticism, frustration, and comparison with others. Focusing on progress encourages self-compassion and patience. You celebrate improvements, acknowledge effort, and recognize that every step, no matter how small, contributes to your development. This positive reinforcement creates motivation, strengthens discipline, and sustains long-term commitment. Ultimately, embracing progress over perfection transforms the way you approach goals, challenges, and life itself. It empowers you to act consistently, learn continuously, and persevere through difficulties without being paralyzed by unrealistic expectations. Progress is measurable, attainable, and deeply rewarding because it reflects growth and effort rather than an unattainable ideal. By internalizing this principle, you cultivate resilience, confidence, and the momentum needed to achieve meaningful success. Every small step forward becomes proof that improvement is possible, and over time, those incremental steps lead to extraordinary transformation. Compounding improvement is one of the most powerful forces in personal growth, and the fifth keynote, compounding improvement turns ordinary habits into extraordinary success, illustrates how Consistent, small actions can transform an ordinary life into an exceptional one. Most people underestimate the exponential impact of repeated effort, believing that only major breakthroughs or dramatic changes produce meaningful results. In reality, it is the steady accumulation of small improvements that drives extraordinary outcomes. Each day presents an opportunity to enhance skills, habits, mindset, and resilience. And when these actions are compounded over time, the results far exceed what most imagine possible. The principle of compounding improvement is rooted in consistency. Just as money grows exponentially with compound interest, skills, habits, and personal growth multiply when nurtured regularly. Reading a little each day, exercising consistently, refining your craft, or learning a new skill may feel insignificant moment to moment, but over weeks and months, these small efforts add up to profound change. The magic of compounding lies in its invisibility at first. Progress may appear slow initially, but persistence ensures that growth accelerates over time, eventually producing results that seem almost magical compared to the effort required at the start. Another key aspect is the mindset required to embrace compounding improvement. Many people seek instant gratification and quick results, abandoning efforts when progress feels too slow. Those who adopt the 1% mindset understand that transformation is a long-term game. They focus on consistent action rather than immediate outcomes, trusting that small, smart decisions will accumulate into substantial success. This mindset allows you to navigate setbacks, maintain motivation, and keep moving forward, knowing that every step contributes to the larger picture of growth and achievement. Habits play a critical role in compounding improvement. Daily routines, no matter how small, form the foundation of long-term results. Whether it's practicing a skill for 10 minutes, journaling thoughts, improving communication, or managing finances, repeated actions solidify patterns of excellence. Habits are the vessels through which incremental progress flows. They reduce the need for constant motivation and make improvement automatic. The more consistent and intentional your habits, the stronger the compounding effect becomes, creating a snowball of progress that continues to grow even when effort feels minimal. Compounding improvement also transforms mindset and identity. Each small success reinforces self-belief, resilience, and confidence. When you witness the results of consistent action, it strengthens your commitment to continued growth. Over time, the person you become reflects the accumulation of your daily choices, habits, and efforts. Ordinary decisions, when compounded, shape extraordinary character and capability. Finally, the principle of compounding improvement emphasizes patience and trust in the process. Transformation is rarely immediate, and visible results often lag behind consistent effort. By committing to small, deliberate improvements every day, you harness the exponential power of growth. The cumulative effect of these efforts eventually produces outcomes that surpass expectations, turning modest actions into remarkable achievements. Through compounding improvement, ordinary habits become the catalyst for extraordinary success, illustrating that consistent dedication, no matter how small it seems, is the ultimate driver of personal mastery and long-term achievement. The 1% mindset teaches us that success is not born from sudden breakthroughs or extraordinary talent, but from the power of small, consistent actions, disciplined choices, intentional decisions, steady progress, and compounding improvement. Every day presents an opportunity to vote for the person we aspire to become, to focus on growth rather than perfection, and to harness the momentum that comes from persistence. By embracing these principles, we learn to trust the process, remain patient through setbacks, and commit to continual improvement, knowing that each step, no matter how small, contributes to the life we desire. Transformation is not instantaneous, but those who cultivate the 1% mind Said understand that extraordinary results are the natural outcome of consistent effort over time. The journey may be gradual, but the rewards are profound, lasting, and life-changing.